how best you can maximize your visa application process to the UK. It's going to be beneficial to as many. Perhaps you've gotten CRS already. You are looking forward to apply for visa to come over to the UK, or perhaps you are majority may be those you want to use the self sponsorship route, and you plan to apply for the visit visa to come and write your OSCE exam. This session will be very detailed. We are going to cover the step-to-step guide on applying for the visa. We'll also touch about the documents you need, the relevant documents you really need to have in place before you begin the process. Our Madam of Express Med Global Services is here. I have Mrs. Stella Otaigbe. She's well experienced in this field. She's going to give you all the necessary tips you need to know. So sit back. If you want to grab a popcorn, pen, anything you want to do, but just sit back, relax, because you are definitely going to have fun. My name is Victory Nkuka. Should in case this is your first time of meeting me, this is our YouTube channel. With this YouTube channel, I share about visa sponsorship jobs that can help you relocate with ease. I share about great updates that will help you move overseas and settle with ease as well. On this channel, I share about lovely brands like the EMGS and the services they offer to help your relocation process come true and your dream of moving abroad come true. On this particular video today, I have Mrs. Stella Otaigbe. She has a YouTube channel, a dedicated YouTube channel, Express Med Global Services. They talk a lot about immigration on that channel. Immigration to different parts of the world you cannot imagine. It's been helpful to hundreds of persons, thousands of persons, and the likes. So please, you need to visit that channel. I'm going to be putting the link for you on the live show, even before waiting for the bio. You can go to their channel, Express EMGS Express Med Global channel on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to that channel because you are going to get loads of updates there. I can assure you of that. Their services have been a blessing to me, and I know that it's going to be very impactful to you, even on your journey to relocation. We start wasting much of our time. Let's go right into what we are talking about today. But I'll allow Mrs. Stella Otaigbe to introduce herself to you.
Hi everybody, my name is Stella, and thank you Victory for hosting me here today. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure working with you so far. Thank you so much. Um, just to say before we start, I'm not immigration specialist, okay? But we've got experience. Our company EMGS Express Med Global Services. We've helped lots of people with our advice and also with our services move abroad. So I can say to some extent I've got a little bit of I don't want to use the word authority, but I've got substance to give you. Or we as an Expressment Global Services, we've got substance to give you when it comes to moving abroad. Whether you want to move through work or move through self sponsorship, anyway, just know that we've got your back. We also have Miss Victory here, who her channel is also talking about moving abroad as well, anywhere you want to move to. So please and please remember, it's the more information that you have that determines how far you can go. So it's not going to take you anything, it's not going to cost you anything. Just subscribe to the channel, and definitely, I'm telling you, you won't regret it. Okay. Thank you so much again. And my name is Stella from EMGS Company. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Stella. If you are on this live show, like this video even as we go along. So, Miss Stella, without wasting much time, I know many other persons will join and they will come and be asking their questions, but I want us to just take it step by step first. Can you please just guide us through on the step by step process on applying for a UK visa?
Okay, so applying for UK visa, actually it depends on the type of visa you want to apply for, because it varies. If you are applying for work visa, the information you need is actually different from if you're applying for student visa. And if you're applying for self sponsorship or visitor visa, it's quite different, okay? But there are things that you need to know, like basic information you need to know. And I feel like somehow what differs it is probably the documents you need to provide, but somehow they are kind of related. So having a general knowledge is going to help you go far. For example, if you have to apply for a work visa, number one thing you need, especially if it's the United Kingdom we are talking about, because you remember different countries have their different process, have their different visas requirements and all of that. So if you are applying, so I'm just wanting you to letting you know that we are talking about the United Kingdom today. So if you want to move to the United Kingdom using a work visa, you are going to need a certificate of sponsorship number, and that's number one thing you need. So you cannot just wake up one morning and say, oh, I want to apply for a job. I just want to see myself in the UK. No, no, no. No, it's not like that. If you want to move abroad first, you need to first get that job. Like you need to apply for jobs, get the job. Now, it's not just any type of job you have to get. You have to get the job that the company is licensed to grant you certificate of what sponsorship. And if you go to the gov.uk website and you check for list of licensed sponsor, you're going to find it there. Okay, so and you can know, okay, and there's even they have even helped you to some extent, because if you download the spreadsheets, you can be able to just put the name of the company you're trying to apply for job there and see if they offer sponsorship. Another thing you can do is you can just email their HR team and say, do you offer sponsorship or not? But the problem with that is at times most of their HR might not be international people, so they don't really understand that as an international worker you need certificate of sponsorship. So they'll be like, what's that? All right, so they might not know. So but it's not going to take you anything. You can ask. You might be lucky to find someone on HR that we have an idea, and HR that wants to take the step further to ask their colleague what is certificate of sponsorship, what is certificate of sponsorship number. Or another thing you can do is just to check online and then just check the name of the company, and it's easy to find out. And that is another way to find out if the sponsorship, because we have so many scammers these days. So that's how you're able to find out if that number is legit. You can also find it out there and check if the company is there, and also check the number, because certificates of sponsorship number should be up to 11. So you just need to check, and that's it. So number one thing you need to get after all the long story I've just said now is certificate of what? Sponsorship. That's
Sponsorship for
number
a
one
work
thing you
visa.
need to get. Yes. Now that is for a work visa. Now once you've gotten that, you need obviously your Bible. What is your Bible? I wish I can say echo it out. Your international passport. Yeah, that is your Bible. Yeah, you need that. You need your passport, because that's your means of identification, especially if you're applying outside. That's why it's called international, right? So you
Yeah.
need your passport. That's one thing you need. Now, another thing that you probably need when you are applying for a work visa is to prove that you can speak English. Okay,
Mhm.
very important. Can you speak English? I know lots of people will be like, but in my country we speak English. I understand. You
English is
see,
different, though.
I understand, but now the question is your country under the list of countries that are recognized as English speaking? If they are not, especially most African countries, Philippines, India, Asia, most of them are not recognized as English speaking country. And so you need to show proof. Now there are different ways of showing proof, okay? So it's either you write the IELTS exam, which
Mhm.
EMGS offers, where we teach you, because lots of people will be like, oh my god, IELTS is so hard, so difficult. I understand. You see, that's why we are here. EMGS is there to help you. We simplify it. And the beautiful thing is, if you want a tutor that would take you one-on-one basis, like
Yeah.
you guys will set a time for two of you alone, you get that. If you want a tutor that you want to join, watch other people, learn from others and learn from yourself, if you want that type of class, you have that. And you get everything at the comfort of your home, just
Yeah.
online. You follow
It's
the class,
online. Yeah.
and beautiful. You don't need to stress yourself. And even when, let's say, you're not able to get to what you're not able to join the class today, you can always follow retrospectively and ask your questions, and the teachers are always ready to answer you. So yes, that is for IELTS. Now if you cannot get IELTS, if you want to try other ones, you can try OET. That's another proof of what you need. And then they still have something like the any proof of English, but that one is very it's very, how will I put it now, it's kind of tricky, because you need to understand is your professional body going to accept your proof of English, or will the visa application accept your proof of English? For example, those that are nurses, your professional body, which is the NMC, does not accept proof of English. They need you to write an exam. Why? For some other departments, their professional body can accept that, and then they don't need to write exams. You get? So that's where the ball game falls in. So which one are you using? So if you're a nurse here on this channel, you're a doctor, any healthcare professional you are definitely going to write an IELTS exam, one OET. That's
Academic.
what, yes. Okay, yes, thank you very much for that. And it is academic. Before someone start asking which one, no, it is academic, okay? And which one again do you need to write? Is it a UKVI academic IELTS, or is it what are they calling it? Normal without UKVI? I
Mhm.
think it was in 2020. There was like I can't remember the exact year, but I know it's around that time. There was this argument, or there was this protest, or will I call it a survey, that went out by nurses abroad, and then they were like it was difficult for them to write, and because before they had to write two IELTS, the UKVI IELTS, and they have to write the IDP one, the ones without the UKVI attached to it, and it was quite difficult. So they made an appeal to the UK government and said, please let us just write one IELTS to help you. You understand? And so because of it, the UK brought a law that's for those in the healthcare professions that said that regardless of the IELTS you write, whether you write the UKVI one, whether you write the normal IELTS, regardless of the one you write, you can use it to apply for a visa. So long it's academic and it's an IELTS, we don't they're not bothered whether it's a UKVI one or whether it's a normal one. You can use it to apply for your visa. But if you are a healthcare assistant, because your body it's not a professional body. Now let me go back again. There's a reason I need to state this. I need to say the difference because a lot of people get it confused. Although we've done a video on our channel for that, but let me explain here a bit, okay? People get confused. Now why people get confused is because they say, but why, what's the difference? It's because healthcare professional, they have a professional body, you understand? So they write professional exam, they do professional registration. So after going through this professional registration, they have a license that is given to them. So during that process, they write IELTS to show this. So the UK government recognize the fact that this their professional body have certified them to be someone that can speak English. And so they don't need to write another IELTS exam. They can use that same result so long it is valid within 2 years. They can use it
Yeah.
for their visa application. But for healthcare assistants, you guys don't have professional body. Okay, you just write your exam. You are not given any license or anything, especially those that come to the UK. So you have to write the one that has a UKVI attached to it. Okay, and most people say general, but people also use UKVI academic. So depends on the one you want to use, or depends on your profession, and depends on that on yeah, most of especially your profession, that determines the type of IELTS you need to write. Okay, so that's it for your English language. Now the next thing is your proof of fund. All right, so your proof of fund is very important. Now that's why I say visa is very tricky. So at times I will just say, for you to know, understand with a visa, how you apply for your visa, just come and book a one-on-one session, because when we go through the process of visa, you just be asking different questions like, but this, but that, but this, because your situation is different from what the other person's situation. So let's say, for example, now those that are moving abroad using some sort of work, what's the question is, what did your company write on the certificate of sponsorship? I wish I can share a certificate of sponsorship paper now so you can see. There's a place that they will write, are you going to cater for the needs of the applicants? All right.
Within the first
Now
one.
that question determines a lot of things. Why? If your trust responds yes, you don't
Mhm.
need to show proof of fund. Okay, that's where the thing is, that's where the trick is. If you're so when you're looking at your sponsorship letter, if your trust are written on your employment letter that they are going to fund you and all of that, And on the sponsorship letter, they do not click yes. They send that yes back to them for them to go and click yes. Because it
Yeah.
takes a lot, yeah, to do proof of fund. So what that's why you need to check. So if the answer is yes, you don't need to show any account, you don't need to show any account statement. And that's the case of most nurses, doctors, and all of that.
Yeah.
They don't need to show proof of fund. But if they click no, now that's the case of students. Students, they give them what is called CAS. CAS is like certificate of sponsorship as well too. So in the case of students, the answer is not usually yes. So that's it's usually like no. So that's why they have to show proof of fund. Alright, so that's the difference. So you need to check what is written on your certificate of sponsorship letter to know what you have to do. Then you have to get other details, which your police certificate to state that you are someone of what are they calling is good character while you are back home. That's this is for work visa now. You're going to need your TB test. TB test is not needed for those going for visa visiting visa, because your TB test is only needed when you are going to stay in the UK for
For more
above
than
six
50
months. Yeah. If you are going to stay within 6 months, you do not need that TB test. And all this information, so I'll be like, how do you know all these things? My sister and brother is on UKVI website. So all this information is on their website, so you can actually read them and you'll be able to find out most of all this information that are there. Now, what else do you need apart from your police certificates, your TB test, and all of that? You just need your general information, okay? Just information on obviously you know your name and every other of that, all of that. And at times when you are doing visa application, they'll be asking you for details of your family, like your mom, your dad, their
Mhm.
date of birth, their yeah, most of that. So just if your family is not with you, ask your mom and dad for their date of birth when you're doing your visa application. It's just question and answer they will ask you. And also your proof of address as well, where you stay. Now, what I used to tell people is that make sure that where you stay, especially those that apply that have to show that proof of fund or something, make sure that your bank statement tallies with your address of where you stay, just so that it's you don't need to be giving different excuses, you understand. So it's very important that you do all of that. Now this all I've said is just kind of a bit summary of what you need for normal work visa application. Now if you are doing a visitor visa application, it's kind of the same thing, it's just that some things are now more specific, whereby
Yeah.
you need to show why are you coming down to their country for a visit. You know, for work visa, they already know it's work. Your employment letter, which is part of the requirement, has already shown that it's valid, oh, it's work, oh, you're coming for. Oh. There's proof of that already. But for visit visa, you need to give a proof, or you need to submit a proof of why you are coming down to the UK. Now, someone will be telling, especially in some of our one-on-one session, they'll say, "Can't I just say, my friend invited me, uh, so that from there I can write my exam?" I'm like, what are you even saying? Do you know that your exam is a valid, it's even more valid than
Than
somebody
your friend
invited you?
invited you.
I
So
don't
do what?
understand. Yeah, it's actually more valid than you saying your friend invited you, you know. So just go about saying my friend invited me. Yeah, it's just state I am coming for my OSCE exam. And if you check the VI website, you will see it there, it's valid for you to come down for an exam. And you have proof, your OSCE booking paper, all of that. Those are sufficient proof that states why you are coming down. If you're coming for travel, you also need valid document to show that yes, you are coming for travel. If you are coming for maybe someone has given birth, you want to come for the celebration, you are coming for graduation, you're coming for a marriage, you need those proof like to back up that what you're really coming for is actually what you state you're coming for. So a valid proof is what you are going to need. And remember, in if you're applying for a visitor visa, you definitely going to need to show your proof of funds, because you're not having any COS, you're not having any cash, nothing like that. So you're coming for a visit for a short stay. So you will need that. But you don't need your TB test, because okay, it depends, because visit visa depends. It could be how many months are you applying for? Are you applying for a 6 months visit visa, a 2 years visit visa? So it depends on how long you are applying for. But if you're applying for just a 6 months visit visa, just a short one, then you don't really need to show your TB test at all. You just need to just use other requirement that I've stated before and you need to apply. So those are just the long short story. I've just summarized it anyway, that you need your requirements when you're applying for visa. So why people are denied visa, it's not about just them showing the requirement, it's how their requirements are. So you've known the requirements, it's on the UKVI website. It's now for you to go
Yeah.
and prepare it very well.
Thank you so much, Ma. That's an extensive one. You
Yeah.
can really tell that she's experienced in it. She's done it a lot of times, so it's just coming at the beck and con. Well done. Yeah. So I believe while you were speaking, you touched about the relevant documents we need. Okay. Now I want to ask this particular question because somebody have asked me before. Said it's coming on a visit visa. She does not have any family member in UK. She wants a friend. She plans to stay in an accommodation provided by a friend. So what she's asking is, what are her chances? They don't have any picture together because some parents have been saying that proof of relationship, like for most of them in self sponsorship route that wants to come for a UK visa, said the proof of relationship have been an issue because if it's your sibling, for instance, that is inviting you, you can say, "Oh, this is my brother. These are the pictures we've taken before. This is a proof of the bank transaction." So, like you said, you made very good emphasis on valid proof. So, when it comes to that, like in that particular situation, with that particular situation of that lady who does not have any family member, it's just a friend. What are her chances? Can a friend, a random friend she knows, let's say somebody that they did internship together in the same hospital, and the person is in UK now, can the person invite her to for the visit? Can she say, "Oh, I'm coming on a visit visa to write my exam, and I'm staying in this friend's house," or something like that?
Okay, yeah, thank you so much for that. So in terms of your friend, in the case, some people, let me just go this way so that people will understand the difference. Some people always say, "I have a sponsor. I have a sponsor." Okay, do
Yeah,
I need to show proof of address? I have a so like I said, if you're doing visitor visa, it's actually different. I used to ask, what type of sponsor is it? Especially in our one-on-one section, I ask questions like, is it just accommodation the person is providing for you? The person is not feeding you, the person is not doing any additional curricular activity. The person
yeah,
is because the person is just stating, I am accommodating you. Because remember, the person has to show a letter detailing in that letter that I am inviting this person to come to my house. She's coming to sit and write. She's coming to the UK to write an OSC exam, or coming for a short visit, regardless of what she's coming for. But she's coming to the UK for a visit to do this or do that. Okay.
yeah,
And I'm going to be providing an accommodation for her. For that person, you don't need to show any proof of relationship. You don't need to show anything. A random friend can accommodate you. Okay, there's no law written your friend cannot accommodate you in the UK. I've never seen anybody. I've seen lots of visa refusal. People have come to meet me, talk to me about their visa refusal, all of that. I've seen lots of it, but I've never seen a case whereby they will say, because the person that wants to accommodate you,
yeah,
I emphasize that word, the capital letter, accommodates you, does not have proof of relationship, then your visa is in hand. Nothing like that. Okay, but if what are you going, so you need to show, sorry, you need to show proof on a letter. Your friend has to write to the UKVI, I am this, I work in this place. My friend is coming to the UK to write an exam. You have to state that she's your friend, because the person has to explain who you are. Is it your cousin, your sister, your brother? On the letter, she's coming to stay with me during this period of time, and she's coming to write her exam. She'll be coming to stay, she's going to come to the UK on this day, and she's going to leave on this day. Okay, please, um um please assist, or just, how letters are, just type the
yeah,
letter fully. So that's what the letter is going to detail. So the person do not need to show any proof of relationship. All the person needs to show is her proof of address, to show that where she's staying in the UK, it's a place that it's a legal legit place. Okay, also in that letter, the person needs to be careful, because some landlords will state that they do not accept anybody, even for a tiny short stay. So your letter has to show that um why. So that's why whenever someone gives me their letter to read through, I have to go through it one after the other. That's, sorry, their proof of address to read through.
Yeah.
If it's their landlord agreement they are using, I have to go through that. It doesn't state that they're not going to allow you. Maybe a situation whereby it states that you need to ask the landlord for some that wants to come and stay for a long period of time. That one is still acceptable because person could have said, I've gotten a permission from my landlord. Person can state it on their letter, but don't stress yourself with that. Don't, but that's too much explanation on your letter. Just show your proof of address. Your proof of address could be your council tax. That's for the person in the UK now. It could be the person's bank statement as a proof of
Yeah.
address. It could be the person's what are they calling it? Council tax. It could be your
Even
the
provisional
person lives
driver's
in their own
license.
house. Yes, your provisional driving license. If it shows your house address, it could be that
Yeah.
as well too. It could be that person have their own house. It could show their mortgage paper. It could show your bills, the person's bills, like light bill, water bill, whatever bill the person is paying. So proof of address could vary in terms of whatever thing the person is presenting. Or it could be the person's landlord agreement paper that shows the address. So anything basically that shows an address of where the person is living, that serves as a proof of address for that person. And then the person has to show a BRP. Okay, a BRP letter, or a BRP card, sorry. BRP card simply means biometric residence permit. So it's a residential permit for those in the UK that states that they are legally, or they are legal residents in the UK, and that their visa has not expired while they are in the UK. But if they are someone that has stayed here for long and has gotten an indefinite leave to stay in the UK, or have gotten their citizenship, they can show their citizenship as well. So actually, that's basically all they need. Those three documents: your proof of of legal residence, your proof of address, and then that letter. So that's all you need, especially for somebody that is just accommodating you. In that case, you don't need to stress yourself for anything. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you
But
so much, Miss.
what if it's the case whereby your friend is, because all we I'm sure someone has put that in the question now. If it's the place whereby your friend is feeding you and all of that, you should at least show a little bit. I mean, just show, if you can, just try and show a little bit of relationship between you and the person. Because the question is, why is the person feeding you? Why is the person helping you. You understand? I've heard situations though. I've heard situations though whereby someone did not put that. The person just explained on that letter that, oh, we've known each other for long, we've supported each other, we've done this. Wrote a very long explanation on their relationship. We've cared for each other since, we've known each other since school and all of that. And they accepted it. But I've also had cases whereby during the visa application, they requested for further information, like, can you show me the relationship between you and this person? You understand? So at the end of
Yeah.
the day, just be a bit safe. If you want to submit your chat history, you can. Your call history, you can. Just anything, that will be fine. Just to show your relationship and also explain it on the letter. That will help you as well. Okay. This application is not hard. It's just showing your real proof. That's all.
Thank you so much, Miss Stella. Somebody joined and he was saying that thank you for affirming the fact that your exam alone is a very valid reason because he came on a visit visa. He came on a visit visa that was a few months back, and it was like the immigration officer when he just told them that he was going for an exam, that was enough. They didn't really ask him much question about other things because yeah, that was a good evidence. Another thing that I want to ask is that like I've not done a visit visa before, but one of those things that people really say is that if you are applying for a visit visa, let's say for your dad or for your mom, it takes 3 months, at least 3 months before they come or something, 3 months before I don't know. Is it the 3 months before they come or 3 months before it gets approved? Is that only for just a visit family visa? Does that apply for those writing exams as well?
So if you're coming for normally the UK VI used to put how long that you approximately you wait when you have to apply for, so when you have
Yeah.
to apply for a visa. So
Yeah.
if your family is coming, they'll probably be coming on a standard visit visa. The average wait time is like 3 weeks, 3 weeks to 4 weeks when you're applying for an average visit visa. The only time that there will be a delay is probably if it's a rush month. For example, if it's a month that is a holiday month whereby people are really moving, people are applying and
Yeah.
all of that, that
Summer.
could cause delay. Yes. And those that are applying for studentship as well. So if it's the month whereby, like now, we're in the month of July. So July, August, September is what they call the rush months for those that are applying for students. So they tend to have a little bit of delay when they are doing that. And also, if they are taking time to decide, like they're having a little bit of, they're not so sure of your documents and all of that. That's another thing. But for visit visa, most of the time, sincerely speaking, if they see anything, I was just telling someone recently, I said, visit visa, will I want to say the visa specialist or the immigration people there, will I call them wicked or what? For visit visa, they won't even ask you anything at times. They'll just deny. Like if they see anything that is not like not even legal, it might be legal, right? But you do not just submit that proof. Maybe out of mistake or you forgot or something, they'll just deny the person just for that reason. And it can be very painful because then it's added to your immigration history. You understand? It's very, very painful. But that's why you need to ensure that you have the right document and all of that. But going back to the question you asked, normally, if it's a visit visa, it used to be, and it's a standard visitor visa, it used to be around 3 weeks to 4 weeks, unless there's a reason why it delays longer than that. So those are part of the reasons why there can be a delay when they're doing their application. But if it's other visa, I think it varies as well. And it depends on where you are.
Yeah.
What is so surprising is that those that apply from outside the UK, they have shorter waiting time than those
Mm-hmm.
that apply from within the UK. And I don't know the principle behind that. I don't know why, but it's just the truth. And when you check the UK via website, it's the same thing. They will tell you, let's say those that are outside the UK, they have like 3 weeks. Those that are within the UK, they'll give you like 5 weeks or 6 weeks. I don't know why, but they do that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. I know we still have some stuff to talk about, but I just wanted to take these first three questions because I don't know if the persons may have the patience to wait to the end. Other persons, you can keep your questions to the end. I know some latecomers will come, so we take their questions, but I don't want these ones to lose out. And then when we're answering their questions, they are already offline. So
Yeah.
I'll just read through the comment section and take out the questions. I know there are three questions now. Yeah, some thank you, Mr. Nkuka. My dear husband is following. Um, Someone said, aside the letter, Mr. Nathan, thank you for joining. Aside the letter, do we need other supporting documents like a utility bill or a payslip? Because a friend of mine had to cancel his application because these documents weren't available.
Okay, so I don't know which visa this person is actually
Visit
talking
visa. The
about.
person applied for visit visa to come and write club.
Okay, so if the person apply for visit visa to come and write PLAB, okay, so your utility bills, right, it's more from the person that you are going to stay with. It's not necessarily for your. It's not like your own utility bills you get ahead. So you want to submit it though. If you want to, I mean, if you add document like my proof of address documents, it doesn't matter. But it's not one of the major stuff. It's more for those for where you want to go and stay back. But for your pay slip. So I was reading through the because I was going through reasons why people have been some people have been denied visa of recent. Some people have come to meet me for visa denial, and especially for those that are going for exam, lab or ski or whatever. And one thing I've noticed is that somebody says that I've shown my savings account and they still denied me visa. Or coupled with the fact that I showed my savings account, they are stating that they want to see salary kind of thing. You get. And one thing I've noticed recently by my recent research, which was like yesterday or 2 days ago, is that they would like to see if you state that you are earning such a thing, they want to see it on your employment letter and a pay slip. You understand? So it's good to have that to show, especially if you are not showing your salary account and you are just showing your savings account. It's always good to show that. But if you are showing your your salary account, whereby it's already showing on your salary account already that you are being paid this certain amount of money, it's reflecting salary, then you don't need to show that. But if you are using a savings account, they'll most likely request for it, and that's during your visa application. Yeah.
Ah, thank you so much for that. I believe that answers your question. Another person, Wayoha, is asking if the father decide, for instance, to send a huge amount of money for sponsorship, does he also need to show his account statement where the money was debited?
Okay, so this particular question, right? It's will I call it, it's a tricky one, okay? But I always recommend show it. Okay. Some
Yeah.
people say they will not show it though, but why take chances? Why take
Yeah,
chances? You
somebody was
show it.
declined. Somebody I know was
Yeah.
declined his application in Canada because they were like, "Where did this money come from?" So they
Yes.
expected him to add his uncle's own in
Mm-hmm.
addition to his to back it up. Otherwise, they just felt
Yes.
it was a fake transaction.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what they want to you to what they want to see, right, is if when you are doing your application, what I used to tell my clients now these days is that they need to submit to me an explanation of their financial statements. Okay, their explanation, because in there they are going to write the fact that their family member or whosoever that puts money in their accounts. For example, let's say your family member
Mhm.
writes a
Or pension. Okay.
I because in the when you're doing your visitation, they will ask you, is anybody gifting you money? Is anybody putting in money? And if it's a big amount, if it's a big amount, like up to 10 million or something, you that person that is a gift. Especially if it's making up more than 50% of the money in your account. You need to add that person's name on your visa application, and that person has to write a letter of financial sponsorship that he does this for a living, to show that also that the person is doing something legal to raise that such money. He does this for a living. What's the name? And he has raised this money, and on this day he sent you this money, has given you access to use the money and all of that. And the person also has to submit that state that it must not be a 3 month statement or whatever, but that month that reflects the day that he transferred the money to your account. The person needs to submit that just to back it. I mean, visit visa is technical. In as much as I smiled before and said it's easy, it is technical. So like, and I used to say your case varies from a different person, because a client spoke to me last week. She was like, the advice I gave her is different from the advice I gave to our friend last 2 weeks. And then I told her that, well, do you know your friend's situation? She said no. I said, then in that case, you can't say what the difference, because I could tell somebody this, and then
Making sense.
what I tell you will not work for your friend in anything or in
Yeah.
any way. It will not just work. You understand? And there are
Yeah.
hidden things that you cannot say on this platform. There are people's cases, if a hidden situation that people cannot even tell you as a friend, and they will only
Yeah.
tell me. Like someone I was speaking to yesterday, I was asking her, how much do you have in your account? And she was like, must I tell you? I said, my sister, I have nothing to use your money and do. So you have to let me know for me to be able to help you to understand and tell you how you can plan yourself, plan your account, plan everything for your visa application. So that's why we always say book a one-on-one session, because
Yeah.
it's important you book that session. It's very, very important. Before you start anything, you need a plan. You need a plan. It's not 9 minutes. The last week of your application, you want to start changing your plans. It's automatic denial. Okay, so you need a plan, and the plan must be 3 months. Like during the period that before you start, that should be your first thing. What is my plan? And stick to that plan. Block your ear. Anything anybody's telling you, just block it. Don't listen to any other person. You have a plan. You've come for this consultation. You've had a plan. Work with that plan straight to the end, okay? And certainly you'll be able to get your visa. So that's it.
Yeah, thank you for that. Somebody is asking on the comment section, which I think I can read from here. He said, I want to take a bank loan for self-sponsorship route. Would that be feasible?
If they will grant it to you, carry on. If they will grant it to you, you can carry on. I don't know if bank will grant you loan to go and do self sponsorship, but if they will, fine. To me, I feel like it's worth the try. Because I've heard recently of about three NHS hospitals. They've closed their international recruitment um units, that's their departments. So they've closed it in a sense. It's not like they've closed, they're not recruiting internationals. But you know the thing of whereby they have to bring you in, train you, and all of that. I'm not saying some NHS are not still doing it.
Yeah, some
Because
of
as
them.
of 2 weeks ago, someone told me that she has gotten, and as of last week, because we have in SEMGS, we have our job application department. So let me use the opportunity to talk about the job application department. If you've come abroad now or come to the UK to apply for your jobs or
Yeah,
to fight your exams, it doesn't end there. You need to get a job, right? And so in EMGS, we help you to do job application with people that have been specially trained on how to do this application for you. And we've got testimonies of people that have
actually.
used our job application services and are in the UK right now. We've currently we've extended our application towards Canada for those that are coming in as healthcare assistants. So we've extended it to so you if you want to come in as healthcare assistant to Canada, we can help you to apply for the job. Apply, I need to emphasize that word, to apply for the jobs, okay? So you can reach out to us and we'll do that, okay? So recently I had someone that in our team, that was 3 or 4 days ago, one of our clients recently got interview for the UK, okay? And we've not the first one, we got 2 weeks ago as well too. So although we are going to prepare the person for the interview, which is one of the benefits of joining our job application, we prepare you for interview and all of that. So if this person can get this job, why the person did not go to the self sponsorship route, it means that people are still getting the job. But
Yeah,
I still say take the step further to go through the sales sponsorship, because if up to three now have closed their international recruitment of bringing people to train, that means that some of them might be considering it. So it's time for you to take the step, come down to the UK, write your exam, get your pin. If you get your pin, the difference between you and somebody in the UK that's a nurse, it's just the fact that they have NHS experience. You understand? But you already have lots of experience back home. So your experience counts also back home. Now, with that, you can be able to use it and apply for job. You've got the piece. What's holding you? Nothing. Nothing is holding you again. And there
yeah,
are rumors that helps with all this letter of good standing that has been holding people now. And that's good news. You understand? So get your pin, use it, and apply for job. Can you come to our job application services? That will not give you edge. You are applying from your own end. We are applying for you.
for
Within
you.
1 month, I'm not even joking. You've just gotten your pin. Within 1 month, you get a job. Sincerely, especially if you have gotten your pin. Highest, what's come to us, 2 months, you will definitely get an interview. And if you
Yeah,
prepare you for that interview, we prepare you, you get it. So that's it.
yeah. That's why we're emphasizing now. I remember the other day when your husband was on the channel, one of the things he was saying is that anything you need to do it as quick as possible before it gets saturated.
Yeah.
Verification is holding lots of nurses in Nigeria now, and many of them want to do the self sponsorship as well. So, if you have been privileged to be verified, you've written your seat, don't wait for all these your exams to expire on you.
Mhm.
Somebody's talking about getting a bank loan. If you get a bank loan, so long, what I would just advise is whether you're getting a bank loan or you're getting somebody to sponsor you, book one-to-one consultation so that they can plan with you and tell you, okay, within this 4 months, it's feasible. Do this one first, do your OSCE training, book your exam on this date. They know what your situation is. Like for instance, we've been sharing a lot today on visa application, which we'll still talk more about the deniers and everything. But some of this information are not entirely tailored according to your need. There's even in care, they will say there's something like a person-centered care. No matter how general we share, there are some things that may be peculiar to you and you alone. So that's the good thing about the one-to-one. There's no other person hearing it. Sometimes because you know that your identity is online, you don't want to share certain things because you don't know if your village people is following this. No, they are not village people here though. There are no village people here. So you get there. We are Africans. We have this. Most of us have this same instinct that, oh, I don't know who is listening to me. But one-to-one consultation, at least you're able to pour out your heart. This is where you are at now, and yeah, they're able to help you. They've helped a lot of persons. Many persons have come. I've referred them, and they really came back to say it's yeah. I was really helped. I got more clarity now. So somebody is asking a very relevant question, Mastella. He's asking, how can other nationals make payment for EMGS services? I know for
Okay.
yeah, that's some of the challenge they've been having because for Nigerians they can pay in naira. How about for the Ghanaians and the likes? Outside the dollar, is there any way they can make payment for the services?
Okay, so we've got links, we've got our services on seller. So if you have indicated interest and you've come to us, you can go to seller and search for EMGS maybe you see us, but rather than so that you will know the right one that you are trying to reach out for, you can reach out to our customer care service. We'll give you our seller link. With our seller link, you can make payments through any country, regardless of the country you are coming from, whether you are coming from what's the name?
Mm.
Ghana, Kenya, Zimbabwe. We've
Um,
had lots of people in these places. So
Yeah,
Ghana, Kenya, Zimbabwe, most especially. You can reach out to any of our customer care. We'll give you our seller link. In fact, because of you, if there are any services that are not on our seller link, we can put it there just for your sake, just so that you can have access to it. And since you
mm,
just straight up you get it. Or if you're someone that is in the UK, we also have UK accounts as well too, so you can transfer. But if it's not UK or Nigeria, we have a link that you just need to pay straight up with your phone. It's quick pay, and that's it.
yeah.
You get to have.
Whichever country you are, whichever national you belong to, whether you're one of the EU's, or you
Yeah.
are Asian, you are Indian, Bangladesh, or any part of the world, you can actually utilize the Express. It's a global service, so it's not just within the UK, or it's not restricted to the confines of Nigeria as well. So you can partake of it. Somebody was making reference of your when you explained about they will ask for a valid proof of English. So somebody saying, how about the unskilled laborers? When
Okay.
you're applying for visa, do they still need proof of English?
Okay. So in this case, right? In this case,
Yeah.
the question is that when you're coming to the UK, the question of will you need proof of English if you are coming from a country that is not, and I repeat again, if you're coming from a country that is not um recognized as an English speaking country by the UK government, you will need to submit a proof of English. If you are coming for work, if you're coming for visitor visa, you don't need it though. You don't need it. But if you're coming for work, if you're coming for study, you would definitely need to submit a proof of English. Now, if you are unskilled,
Yeah.
question is, are you unskilled and you've gone to the university? And what are they calling it, or are you unskilled and you are someone that did not even go to the university? So if you're someone that went to the university, even if you're coming as what are they calling it, as a trader, or those that are coming through what's the name of that visa again, is this scale up visa also, those that
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
coming through that
Business.
visa. Yeah, remember, if you are a trader, sorry, a tailor, and into arts and some specific field,
Global
you can
talent.
come in. Yes, you can come in through global talent visa. Thank you. That's the visa I'm looking for. So
Yeah.
you're coming using that visa. So if you're
Yeah.
coming in using that visa, those visa, and you fall within that category, and you are not a graduate, not a graduate, okay, you cannot do any proof of English. So you definitely will need to write IELTS. All
Hmm.
right, definitely. And what you need to write is UKVI. Okay, UKVI general. Please, let me say it again. You need to write UKVI general. The VI must be attached to it. Very important. If you write normal one, you will not, your visa will be denied straight. So that's what you
Yeah,
need to write. But
precisely.
if you are someone that is a graduate, you went to the university, you graduated from the university, then you need to just do any any proof of English. It's a proof of English whereby you submit your state your you submit your transcript and all of that. It's just enic.org or something. You go there, you submit your transcript and all of that to show that you were taught in English language, and then you just pay, is it £157.50 or so. You just pay it, and then within 1 week they will give you a
Right.
certificate that you will use and provide to the UK government. Now that is if you are a graduate, but if you are not a graduate, you have to write IELTS. And the good news is we teach both general IELTS and both academic IELTS. So you can also come to us and then we help you. Whether you know how to speak English before or not, we'll teach you from the scratch. So that's it.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mastella. In addition to that, answering that same question about must you is IELTS really compulsory for most of the skilled jobs? You do need a proof of English.
Yes.
It's not just IELTS. It may be OET. It may be your NAVIC certificate. You just need something to certify. About like almost 9 months ago, a friend of mine he got a job in the UK. Everything was certain. At the time when he messaged me to like, oh, I'm applying for a visa, and I was like, wow, congratulations, you got the job. And I didn't even check his document because I was just excited, like he's applied for visa, he's waiting for it to come. But he kept waiting. One month passed, the second month. You know the reason why he was denied? And it was just so annoying because if you had even told him you are denied, it's better. But they just left him. They
Mm.
just left him, like they just ignored his application. Was because he was applying for a care assistant job and he didn't write UKVI IELTS. He wrote the normal one. So
Ah.
later when they said they now sent him a mail after he has emailed them a lot, like what's happening? They said provide your UKVI. And he was like, V, look at it. I said, yeah, UKVI. He was like, it's not UKVI I had. I said, really? Really? How? I said because all the videos I did on healthcare assistant visa, I always emphasize it must be a UK VI, although it's not really found my channel then. And yeah, so when it was like, I felt heartbroken because I knew the visa would be denied, but I didn't know how to now start. But in essence of it, at least he got to get on. Yeah, he was able to get another opportunity, but that visa eventually was totally denied. So that's a contributing factor. There are also some when it comes to UK and there are unskilled laborers visas as well, like seasonal visas that you come in
Yeah.
for like 6 months. You don't need IELTS for
Mhm.
that one. That one
Yeah.
is like sometimes they bring you to just harvest the produce.
You
But
just put it.
some persons are too proud to do that because you feel, oh, it's I'm much worse than that, which I agree with you. Some persons are cashing out with that, but other persons feel like I don't want it to be like I've relocated abroad, and some people will now see me back again. They will now say, is it that they deported you because it's a seasonal, it's a temporary visa. You don't
Yeah.
need IELTS for that, but if you're available for it, I can share such opportunity when they come up. If you are not subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for?
You
Please
better start
subscribe. Oh,
subscribing now. I don't know what you're
subscribe,
waiting
like this
for.
video.
Hmm.
It's
Hey, hey, hey.
it's not really you are adding so much to us, but one of
Yeah.
and it's free to subscribe. And in addition to subscribing, turn on the notification bell so that when updates like this come. Yesterday, I uploaded a video about jobs that the NHS are recruiting for. I know of some people that have come silently, and I was like, how come NHS gave them sponsorship? Even one of the nurses that came is currently doing training. They gave her sponsorship. I uploaded that video and some persons have already started applying for them. If in the couple of months then they find themselves in UK, others will be saying, they did not tell us so, they did not tell us so. That is how it is. So please.
They will say you are hiding information
And
when the information
yeah,
is there. You will not subscribe and
we
get
did
it.
we did not hide the update, so but the good thing about subscribing is when they see it, YouTube recognizes you as an active follower, and that's another thing about liking the video. Every video I've liked, when they upload another video of it, they will just
Yeah.
notify me. Oh, this particular person have uploaded a video. So I'm always excited to go and watch. And definitely, if you get value from a video, there's nothing that costs you from liking it. It gives you an idea, and most especially when you are in need of a visa sponsorship job to relocate. Mastella does a good job. For me, sometimes it's the laziness that I
I know
focus
you
more
do a
about
better
UK.
job, but you're
She,
doing very well.
she does
I'm so proud of
Portugal.
every time I just enter, I just see Victory as person. I say, ha!
She
I mean, let
does
me talk to this girl. She's doing well. So well done,
she
sincerely.
does Portugal and everywhere. So
Good
beyond the UK, there are other places where you can still relocate to. And yeah, and the EU is, if you can relocate, the only issue with some of the EU countries is the language, because sometimes they don't speak. But if you're able to learn Germany is a very lovely place to relocate to.
it
One of my
is.
church member moved from UK to Germany. She gave birth to her child like just few months before I gave birth to mine. The child is currently being paid many allowances. They
Mhm.
have a house, everything, but me, I'm here paying for childcare plus, and the work I will go to that I'm paying for
Oh
childcare,
my god.
they are still adding tax on top of it.
Oh my
So
god.
yeah, the EU is also a very wonderful place, which when we get such
And
opportunities,
Germany actually recently, they I think it's this year because I did a video on that last year. I should
yeah,
I should do a
yeah,
bit research. I think they started something like this. I've forgotten what they call the name of the visa. If you can remember, that someone
did that
can use to
again,
come down. No, no, there's one more. There's a visa they released. They said they're going to release it this year.
this year.
It's to allow people that are graduates to come over. I can't remember the name of the
Yeah,
visa.
maybe we'll just
But
check on it and then we'll
search.
add it on the
Yeah.
description for as many
Mm,
persons who are really
mm,
interested. So if you are interested in that temporary visa thing, yeah, Lord, they actually UK is still, no matter how much they are restraining, they are cutting down on net migration. Those on skill levels, they are still bringing them. They even said, even before Richie Sunak and his team left office, they were saying that in the next couple of years, they are looking forward to recruiting massively unskilled laborers so that they can have more food in UK. So
mm-hmm.
they are still going to recruit many of them to come over. Like I said, the only thing is that after working, you go back. But when you are going back, your pocket is full
Mm-hmm.
of money.
I take it as
So that
holiday now. You we see any work, you come and work on your
exactly.
life. I tire
Take it
me.
as holiday. Go work and come back. With that, you don't need IELTS. There are other job opportunities where you may not need IELTS, which you will share. And even when you need IELTS for some skill job, the required band score is very low. Sometimes they require 4.0,
Yeah.
and that you can easily pass. For the fact that you are listening to us speaking right now and you are not using subtitle,
Yeah.
you can hear English,
Mm-hmm.
you can speak, you can be able to get 4.0 very easily. And
Yeah.
now, when you now utilize the service of Express Med Global IELTS class, have you ever attended that class? That class is superb. I attended the class, so I was sharing my story in the previous video. When I heard IELTS, I felt, is it not English like that? But when I said that, I was hearing that people are failing. I was like, what's happening? English, English. So I joined the first class even when I was already. I joined the second IELTS expert IELTS class. I think it's almost at the 20 something now, 30th class. So the good thing about it is that the audios were available. When I wrote my at first attempt, I got my required band score. I failed one. It was IELTS express that helped me. Oh, I became so serious with their audios, and then I got a band 8. So the IELTS class is very, very helpful. The good thing is they simplify it for you. In English, you will understand. Sometimes when a white man is teaching you
You will not
IELTS,
understand what they are
exactly
saying. It's
so.
true.
You may not understand, but they will teach you in Express Med Global. In the English, you will know. There are different types of English. So they teach you in the English, you know. In
I'm
the English,
telling
you
you.
understand. And the English that can help you pass to get your required band score and even more. I needed 7, but I got band 8. So that was even one. It was an advantage in job application process as well. So yeah, that's basically it. But if you still have more questions, you can ask. We still have some minutes to take questions. So Marcella have been able to share some of the common causes of visa deniers through her experience with clients. If you are joining in late, you've missed a lot. Watch out for the replay of this video so that you can catch up on. We talked about the step-to-step process you need to know when you are applying for a UK work visa or a UK visit visa Let's say you want to come over to the UK to write your PLAB, to write your OSCE or any other professional exam that you deem fit. It's a very legal thing to use, a very legal reason to use for your job application. You don't need to tell them you are just coming to visit. You can tell them for the fact that you're coming to write an exam, they will grant your application and there won't be so many questions. And she's talked about proof of fund too. The Express Med Global Services, they help with proof of, so they have an arm with that helps with your proof of fund process. So they're actually your go-to link if you are having issues with proof of fund. For the consultation, she said so much about the one-to-one consultation. I'm going to leave details about that in the description of this video, and as well as the contact number to contact. If you are within Nigeria, you can call the numbers directly, but if you are outside Nigeria, just add +234 to those numbers. Chat them up on WhatsApp, and then you tell them, they will be able to link you up to their different departments, their various services. I'll just allow Miss Stella to just throw light so that you understand the different services they offer. Somebody was asking me today on my WhatsApp, like somebody gave my number to him and he was like, I'm struggling with IELTS because maybe the company out. I don't know if he's currently here, yeah, on this live show. And I said the Express Med Global Services, they are there for your help. And IELTS is not the only thing they do. Proof of fund is not the only thing. They are there to help you relocate with it. So she's gonna throw more light on the different services they offer. And if peradventure you or anybody you know needs it, don't think twice. Utilize the service. I know what I'm saying. So Marcella, I open the floor to you. Sure.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Miss Victory. Sorry,
Yeah.
Mrs. Oh my God, how can I refer to
It's
you?
fine. Anyone. I actually heard Mrs. Boo. I don't know what you heard though.
So in EMGS company, right? We are all about helping you move abroad. I think one of our goal is that as someone that is in developing country, if you have one of your family member that's abroad, I'm not saying that you cannot make it's why you are in your own country. So that's why we said even if it's one of your family member that's abroad, it's kind of help your family see things of how it's done out there, and you can even
Yeah.
bring the concept of out there back home and can help your family as well. So that's
It
one
helps with
part
the
of it.
money too. Oh. Hey, it helps with money. Send them
I'm telling
money.
you, it's true. It really helps. It really, really helps. And in as much as I don't know if there's anyone that wants to start disagreeing or big, but it's the truth. There's no when you know something is the truth, there's no denying the fact. Okay, so we offer different services. Okay, we offer services in terms of IELTS, and IELTS is an exam whereby especially if you're moving to English speaking country, whether you're going to USA, Australia, the UK, Canada, Ireland, most countries that are known as English speaking, you need to prove to them that when you're coming
Yeah.
over there, you can speak the language they understand. We
Mhm.
haven't started German, so maybe when we start German, we'll start teaching people Nigeria. But yes, we teach IELTS and we teach both the academic and the general because we understand that moving to Canada, most people requires general than academic. And if you're coming to the UK via work, you require um I see you require academic anyway, but for a professional, you require academic as well. So we kind of teach the different IELTS. And if you want to know the type of IELTS you want to write, I don't know if Mrs. Victoria have done the video on that. She have done it. Just subscribe to the channel and watch it. If she hasn't done it, we have done a video on that on our channel. You can watch that. So in fact, subscribe to any subscribable. That's the
Yeah.
truth.
I,
And
I will
yes,
attach the video Stella did
definitely.
on it on the description as well.
Yeah, so
I'll
you
attach
can
that video.
understand the difference and know the right one you're going to pick when you're applying for your visa. And like we said, especially if you're unskilled, you don't require high score, but it's just so that you are confident of yourself to boost your confidence. It's good to always join the class and we teach you from the comfort of your home. Okay, you don't need to say, "Well, I'm in Ghana. I cannot understand." No, don't worry. You'll be able to reach out to us. We are online, okay, and we'll teach you everything. It will look like as if you are in a physical class, and I'm not even lying
Yeah.
to you. All right, so that's one thing. So I'm going to first talk about our classes. So then we also offer CV. You know that if I want to recruit you, your CV is the gateway for me, for me to know who you are. Are you the best person for the job? And knowing how to tailor your CV, it's very, very important. We are sending an application for Canada, and we observe that most Canadian jobs, they will not give you websites to apply for form, fill form, and all of that. What they use is your CV. So that means that
Mhm.
your CV has to be spectacular. It has to sell you right. It has to talk about what you are and what you can offer to them as well. And so we are having a CV class. We run CV class on a monthly basis. So our civic class is going to start on the 30th of this month. So if you want to join, you can join it or wait till next month. Depends on when you are ready. And it's always good. Always good to ensure that you have a good CV. Now, if you're someone that says that no matter what you teach me to not enter my head, I cannot understand the CV, don't worry, we'll help you and draft it. You understand? So we can also help you draft your CV. If you just say, please just do it for me. I'm not ready to learn anything again. I did not come to this life to read books. That's fine. Just will help you draft your CV. But if you're someone that says, I want to really learn so that I can draft different CV for different applications, then you join our CV class as well. Now, another
Yeah.
thing that we also do is we teach OSCE exam. Now, OSCE is called OSCE. I call it OSCE. This is for those that want to come down to the UK and are nurses. Okay, you have to come down and write your exam. You need assistance in understanding the exam. Okay, both mental health, both general, that's adult nursing. We have what's the name, pediatrics that is ongoing now. So
Yeah.
if it's that one, we've
Sorry,
not
Auntie.
prepared.
I just want to cut you short when you're talking about OSCE. I have a friend of mine who is in dire need of OSCE midwifery OSCE classes.
Okay.
I
So
I
we
said I'm
haven't
going
started midwifery though. Maybe we should
ah
add it to our list because now that I
please add it
remember.
for my friend's sake.
We'll add it to our list. Okay, we'll add it to our list of preparing class. So we have
Okay.
pediatrics ongoing. So maybe we should add
Okay.
midwifery. So we have our mental health and we have our adults. And sincerely, we've got testimonies. The way I smile almost every day, I see testimonies of people passing. As in, it's so exceptional. So it's always good. There's always joy when you help people like achieve what
Yeah.
they want to achieve. There's just this joy. So and one thing about us, we try to make sure that the prices that we attach to our services is as little as possible just to help people get this opportunity. All right. And lastly, the classes we offer, it's NCLEX exam. So there are people that say no matter what you tell to them about UK, they don't care. They don't want to go to the UK. They said never. It's not in their
Somebody
dream.
once told me
Never.
that UK is for poor people. That is US that has the money. I know she don't want to
Yes,
live in
sir.
penury, so
There are
she's not
people
doing
that
UK. She
I
wants the
said they
money.
don't want. They said I said start. You can start with the UK, and they said no, no. If it's for me to wait for 10 years for the US, I will wait. So that's
I know
fine.
them.
You can go to the USA, and we offer NCLEX class. And sincerely, our NCLEX class, we're rounding up this session we started 3 months ago because we do it every 3 months basis. Because if you know NCLEX exam is quite intense. So we run the class on a 3 month basis. So our next class is going to be starting next month. Okay.
I already Samuel.
You're always welcome. It's going to be starting next month, so it's very important, and it's important you follow these classes, okay? And we also offer the good thing about most of our classes is we have one-on-one, we have private. So if you want just you, those people that are shy, they don't like to talk in class. Someone like me, now very shy. I don't like to talk in class. I like me and my tutor. So you have one-on-one tutors for that. If you want the one that you want to talk in class, learn from other people, we have the private and we have the general classes as well. So our NCLEX class is for those that want to move and nurses that want to move to Canada, wants to move to the USA and also Australia. So we help you with your NCLEX classes. Now those are for our classes. Now someone will be like, you are only teaching nurses. Yeah, most of our we don't only teach nurses, so our severe IELTS class covers everybody, all professionals, okay? Both whether you're a nurse, doctor, even if you're not in the healthcare profession and you need to write IELTS, our IELTS class covers you. All right. In the near future, we'll enter engineers and all of that. But for now, let me not talk too much about the plans. Okay.
My
So this
younger
is
brother is coming up. It's coming for you because he's always asking about engineers. If you should do video for engineers, Him and his boys gonna
oh
protect. So they are
my
coming for
god.
you. Be ready.
So it's actually the plan is on ground already. So hopefully in the near future we'll start doing that as well too. So apart from that, we offer visa application service whereby first and foremost, what I normally advise people to do is to join our or book our one-on-one sections, because on our one-on-one sections we can be able to talk and plan your visa application. It's very important, okay, so that you can plan and prepare ahead for it. So like I said, we are not immigration specialists. I'm not going to say we are immigration lawyers, but we've got experiences and we've got testimonies as well too. So book our one-on-one session. We talk about things and we've learned from people, from like people's experiences, reasons why they are visa deniers. There's so many reasons, even reasons that you just be like, this is a very stupid reason, but what can we say? It's what they use to deny people visa. So we help to apply for a visa for people that are trying to move abroad. So we help you to do that as well. Now, if you say that you cannot get work, because there are some professions, right? Um, they don't they don't give them work, right? Um, they don't give the international people work using their type of professions, and that's the truth. It's not something that I've started. It's something that I see underground. So many international companies don't give them work. So the only way they can move abroad is through study. They have to go through study route. Either you are studying, going through undergraduate study or master study, whatever. That's why I said we got your back. We help you to do your your applications. Okay, so your applications to different universities, and it's not just only the UK we cover USA, we cover Canada. So if you want to use our um study abroad services as well, we do that. Lastly, or just to round up, we also offer flight booking. If you want us to help you offer flight, in fact, to tell you the truth, we start from the beginning and we move gradually to the end. So the end is usually like the flight booking service where we help you to book your flight for you to move abroad. And we do offer accommodation, whereby we
I
say,
wanted to mention that.
let's
You forgot.
say you want to come down now and you've gotten the flights, you've come down and you want to stay in a place whereby you just want to stay for like 3 months or 1 month or something. We help you to book your accommodation over where you can just stay comfortably, you understand, while you are still sorting yourself out. So we help you to do that as well too. So
Yeah.
we basically help you cover most things step by step till you're able to achieve your aim. So if you want to, someone said, do we have everything in one package? No, we do not have everything in one package, but we guide you in and on different stage.
Yeah.
We help you in different stages, because this process can take 2 years and we cannot offer a package for you that will run for 1 2 years. So at every stage, if you need support at every stage, we've got your back. So that's it.
Thank you
And
so
thank
much.
you, Miss Victory, for me having to talk about all the services. It's just that it's very important, because this process, sincerely speaking, can be quite lonely and can be quite stressful, because people are so stressed. Like, what will they do? They
Mhm.
want to go abroad. What will
Yeah.
they? How will they start? Where will they go from? Like, if you subscribe to many channels, like Mrs. Victory channels now, subscribe to our channel as well too. Like, you will see where we talk about how you can move abroad. We talk about different opportunities. The question you now have yourself ask yourself is, okay, there are so many opportunities. Which one will I stick to? It's not just about the opportunity. You've got to take one and stick to one or two, and then which route, and then start trying it,
And
especially
work
if it does
towards
not
it.
need so much money in the initial process. Just try. You don't know where your luck will shine, so you can do it. Don't worry, don't give up. That's the truth. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. If you have questions, somebody's watching from Kenya. Much
Oh,
love,
hi, nice to
Master.
meet
Thank
you.
you. Thank you for that. Okay, if you have questions, you can please be rolling out your questions now. We give 5 minutes to take as much that we can take for this session, but I really want to appreciate Mastella. She's done a very good job today. Thank you so much. That's
Thank
it's
you.
it's really it's much appreciated. Because frankly, I there are some part I for visa application, like I said, I can't explain why persons are having the challenges they have, but she's done a very good job for drawing from the experience and the experience of those they've applied for, those persons that have come to them through the one-to-one consultation, and you're getting this for free. You can only say thank you. Go to her channel and say thank you, Mastella, for coming on Victory's channel and giving us all these helpful updates we need. I If nobody's asking, we are going to bring it to an end. But I know the replay will still be available. So perhaps if you are privileged to watch the replay and the question that was not in your mind now is popping up. Or for the new followers, new viewers who will be watching the replay, but they won't have the opportunity to watch, they didn't have the opportunity to watch it live. You can say ask your questions. We'll try as much as possible to answer. And if it required a live session, we will. But we'll try as much as possible to see how we could tackle your questions. Don't forget to like this video, and if you are not subscribed to our channels yet, it's a very good opportunity for you to join our communities because you are going to be blessed by it. Victory in Kuka and Marstella's channel is the EMGS. Don't go and be typing Stella on YouTube. Our name is not Stella on YouTube. Well, you know, can subscribe to somebody else's channel that is not talking about immigration. EMGS, if you want to write it down, you can do that now. EMGS, Expert Men Global Services. And then I think Steve joined. If it's the same Steve that reached out to me this afternoon, I think I've seen Steve best. Yeah, don't worry. I'll drop the link. He said, don't forget to drop the link. I'm going to drop the link and the customer service number as well. So you can call them. You can even call them today. Marcella, do you guys work weekend? You work
Oh yeah,
weekend?
we do. We do work
You do.
weekend.
Okay.
We
So
work,
you
but
can
we
even
close
call them.
quite early on weekend. So at
Mm.
least during the evening times. But just message. I'll definitely respond to you first thing on
Yes,
morning.
in the morning. So just leave your message there. My dear friend Deborah is joining. Say thank you, Stella.
Thank
Debbie,
you.
thank you as well for talking about Oski the other day. We really appreciate you. So to all our loving viewers, take care. Have a blessed week ahead. We can't wait to get your loads of testimonies,
Yeah,
getting your
can't wait.
visas approved at first attempt, getting your dream job, relocating to Canada, to US, to UK, anywhere of your choice. And we pray that it comes true in Jesus' name. So for the meantime, stay blessed, everybody. Bye. Thank you, Marcella. I'll be
Thank
bringing
you.
this further in
Bye.
here. Bye bye for now.